Welcome to the Dr. Jim Cares podcast with Dr. James Augustine, where we provide powerful solutions for helping you create wellness. The following discussion is for educational purposes only and is not meant to diagnose or treat disease. Because our approach is individualized, it's important to not apply this information without first consulting with your healthcare professional. And now, here's Dr. Jim.
Hey, welcome back to the Dr. Jim Cares podcast. My name is Dr. Augustine from Head to Wellness, and today we're going to be diving deep into holistic solutions for celiac disease. If you or someone that you love have and is struggling with this condition, please stay tuned. You'll love this information because why it can transform your health. So let's dive in. Of course, celiac, as you know, is an autoimmune disorder where ingesting gluten, which is the protein that's in all wheat products, classically breads and pastas, can lead to damage in the small intestine. So gluten is that special protein, and it's in wheat, barley, and rye. And so when people with celiac disease eat gluten, their body mounts an immune system response against their body, their tissues, their small intestine specifically, that attacks it, and this attack can damage the villi, these little tiny finger-like projections from the lining of your small intestine. And basically that makes it difficult for nutrient absorption in your body. When the villi get damaged, the nutrients can't be absorbed properly into the body. And that sounds very serious, of course. So the common symptoms that people will experience, they vary widely. Anything from digestive issues, they can have diarrhea, constipation, bloating, abdominal pain. There's non-digestive symptoms that can include anemia. And classically, we see that people that have autoimmune disease will develop anemia. It's the anemia of chronic inflammation. Osteoporosis is another thing. In other words, bone density loss. Skin rashes, neurologic symptoms, headaches, fatigue, things of that sort. Not a really good process. And having an autoimmune disease classically doesn't kill you, it just tortures you the rest of your life. So not good, not good. Especially when you can do something about it. So diagnosis and testing. So before diving into the solutions, it's crucial to really understand how celiac is diagnosed. So the first step is usually a blood test for specific antibodies, such as tissue transglutaminase antibodies. If these antibodies are elevated, then the next step typically is an endoscopy, where they can actually look at and biopsy the small intestine to look and check to see if there's damage to the villi. So it's important to be consuming gluten before the test to ensure accurate results. So if someone suspects that they have celiac disease, they should continue eating gluten until the complete testing is done. So removing gluten before testing, if you remove it before the testing, basically can lead to a false negative on the test results. Once you've confirmed the diagnosis, and most people out there typically know, at least the ones that I speak to, they'll know if they are celiac positive. Then, of course, a strict gluten-free diet is essential. It's absolute, it's paramount. You really need to do that because if you don't take away the offensive food that fires up your immune system to attack and destroy your body tissues, then the problem never really will get resolved. And additionally, I would recommend a GI map stool test. This is a specialized cutting-edge test known as a DNA stool test. You cannot miss a trick with this particular testing because what we want to learn from this test is other reasons behind the cause of this issue, not specifically gluten, because people can eat gluten, they don't develop celiac disease. So there are other factors that play a role. This particular testing very specifically looks at imbalances in your microbiome, which means there's specialized commensal or keystone bacteria that should be there, like the good guys, but they can be way out of balance. Then there are the dysbiotic bugs that can be there, the bad guys that can also wreak havoc and create problems. And currently there are 11 autoimmune triggering bugs. So if you combine autoimmune triggering bugs with damage to the lining of your small intestine and hence leaky gut, then you're totally set up to develop an autoimmune response in your body. And very specifically, this particular one, celiac disease, is considered autoimmunity against the lining of your small intestine. So the marker that we also like to look at, there's a great section towards the very bottom of the testing called intestinal health markers. So there's inflammatory markers there's digestive enzyme markers there to see how well you're effectively digesting, because we like to say as a general rule, what goes on in the north end of your digestion creates what goes on in the south end, the bottom end. And so classically with this testing, we can see a marker called steatocrit, which is measuring how well your gallbladder is functioning, and also elastase 1, which is measuring your pancreatic enzymes, how well they're functioning, and if you have enough. But another really key marker is zonulin. Zonulin is a protein, special protein, that tends to bind up your intestinal cells. And when it's in high levels in your stool test, this means that you have leaky gut, also known as intestinal permeability, which then sets you up towards developing autoimmune disease. Not good. We don't want those things. So now let's talk about holistic solutions. How do we start to get your body to heal? So the cornerstone of managing celiac, of course, is a strict gluten-free diet. So this means avoiding all foods that contain wheat, barley, and rye. However, beyond your diet, there are several holistic strategies that certainly can help support healing and overall well-being. So nutrition and diet, obviously critical. First and foremost, you want to focus on a nutrient-dense, gluten-free diet. That's essential. But the carnivore diet, carnivore has recently come about, and its impact on autoimmune disease. And the reason in what carnivore diet is actually eating only animal protein and animal fat. Why? Because your body is very well able to break this down, and the nutrients are way more bioavailable within animal protein and animal fat than they are in fruits and vegetables. And just a good example is, I bet you that you know, if not yourself, but you'll know of somebody that if they have broccoli or cauliflower, they will develop bloating and gas. And what comes about, and the reason that that's that way, it's not because their gut's bad, it's because the defense chemicals that are built into fruits and vegetables will create gut inflammation. And obviously that's a place for people that have celiac disease, that they do not want inflammation. So foundational nutrients that help to heal tissue would be essential amino acids, proteins, and essential fatty acids, fats. Great for your GI tract. Organ meats are also wonderful. If you don't like organ meats, you can actually take a supplement that has organ meats within them. So that's another great possibility. Another thing is you can find ancestral blends of meats that will contain those organ meats, but it tastes just like hamburger. So you can find those at different grocery stores. So check that out. So with that, let's continue and talk about other items, such as bone broth, an excellent foundation or staple for getting your gut to heal because of its collagen content. Fermented foods can possibly work. It can be a plus or a minus for you. So you could try out fermented foods like sauerkraut or kimchi. They definitely can support gut health in your microbiome, but sometimes there are some people out there that it causes problems. So I would say proceed with caution with them. You can try or test them to see how well you do with them. So some other additional anti-inflammatory foods would be like turmeric, ginger. They help your digestion. Turmeric is great to bring down inflammation. And the people in the world, the group that has the lowest incidence of colon cancer would be India, because why? They do lots of turmeric in their foods. So let's talk about special technology. Some special technology that we use to get people to heal huge is high voltage pulsed electromagnetic fields, high voltage. It's a game changer for healing. It's absolutely amazing. It puts energy back into low charged tissue, such as your gut in the problem with celiac. And it's amazing how it assists at reducing inflammation, eliminating inflammation, and improving your tissue's ability to actually intake nutrients and oxygen and fluids into your body. Wonderful, wonderful technology with no side effects or risks to doing it. Also, vagus nerve stimulation, phenomenal, because your vagus nerve is your parasympathetic nervous system. So you have this special side of your brain called the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is the automatic side that runs and regulates everything. It's actually what controls and regulates healing. And the largest area of parasympathetic, which is the healing, rest, and digest side of your nervous system, besides your brain, is actually in your gut. So doing vagus nerve stimulation, we have a technology that's called a gamma core. It's a device that we put right up to your vagus nerve to really boost your parasympathetic function. Guess what that can do? It can dramatically help your digestive tract, which is what we want. And we usually will see and measure this test. There's some special testing for measuring your autonomic nervous system, and what it's called heart rate variability. So we do that in our office. And 9 times out of 10, the person with gut problems, whether it be celiac disease or, oh my goodness, just gut dysbiosis and bad problems in their gut, they always have really low parasympathetic nerve supply. So we want to boost that. We want to bring that up. So now let's talk about supplements or supplementation. What about those? What do we actually do with that? So one thing that we'll find on that GI map stool test is bad bugs there, plus intestinal permeability or leaky gut. So we use a blend of herbs to get rid of those bad dysbiotic bugs. Then we also like to come back and use some good probiotics to put in, let's just say, we're going to send in the Marines to help fight off these bad guys. Really good things to do to get your gut to actually balance out and heal. There are also some things for that leaky gut aspect that actually contain zinc, carnosine, L-glutamine, marshmallow root, and a whole bunch of other things. Again, we want to heal and seal up that gut lining so we can stop that input into your bloodstream where your immune system is very strong and robust, and you can develop all sorts of antibodies against your body tissues. Not a good thing. So get rid of bad bugs, put back good guys, heal and seal that gut lining. Very surprising results for you. Another way that we like to support people is adrenals. We like to give you supplementation for your adrenals called adaptogenic herbs and maybe even whole desiccated adrenal products, again, to help you to heal and recoveries in your adrenal glands. Energy, recovery, adapt you to stress so that stress doesn't harm you physically. So supporting your adrenals, great thing. What about other lifestyle aspects that would be beneficial? Lifestyle definitely plays a big role in your health, so we want to support that. Stress management, vital. Chronic stress can exacerbate your symptoms and hinder healing, so practices such as yoga, deep breathing is spectacular. Why? Because it really fires up the sensitivity to your autonomic nervous system. Great thing to do. And it also helps to manage stress levels. Regular physical activity, good thing. Not high intensity interval training. You don't have to start there. I would start off with some walking. Adequate sleep, another great thing. And then, of course, staying hydrated is essential. Your body is over 70% water, so providing those essential things for your body to function normally is a great process. Environmental considerations. So this is number 4. Environmental considerations, big deal. Are there environmental factors that people should be aware of? And absolutely, especially with celiac. So food cross-contamination is a significant issue. So you have to ensure that your kitchen is gluten-free, but also that can involve using separate cooking utensils and appliances as well. So you got to be cautious when dining out. If you go out to dinner at a restaurant, you really have to be cautious and really communicate effectively to your servers for your dietary needs so that there's no cross-contamination there. That's really essential. So I hope this helps. For those watching and listening today, remember that managing celiac holistically involves a comprehensive approach that we're talking about here. From diagnosis, diet and lifestyle, autonomic nervous system, and other technologies to balance these things out, cellular health, environmental awareness, all really foundational things to help you manage celiac disease. If you have any questions or comments, you need any personalized help with your process, let me know. I'd love to help you out. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can visit our office, certainly. Also, we have a process that you can schedule a free discovery call that we can chat about your condition and see if we can be a benefit to you. My job here is to help you. My job also is only to get results. So that's what we love to see, and guess what? We do. We're very effective at getting patients the results that they're after. My website, www.aheadtowellness.com. That's where you can find a link for scheduling a discovery call. Plus, I'll try to leave a link here in this video and or in the show notes for the podcast part. So together, certainly we can achieve better health and wellness for you. I can almost guarantee that. Doctors typically can't guarantee anything because it's a team effort between the two of us, and we got to make sure that both of us actually do our part. So until next time, take care, certainly stay healthy. I'm also on social media. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, as well as Instagram. You can contact me there. I'd love to hear some comments. If you have any questions, please contact me. My email is draugustine@gmail.com. And I hope you like this information. Please give us a thumbs up, a like on this video or podcast, and subscribe if this information is very useful for you. And we will see you all next week. Have a great week.
Thanks for joining us on your journey to wellness. Join us next time for more information and education about your health. And feel free to contact Dr. Jim on social media or at his office, Ahead to Wellness in Buena Park, California.